Ever thought about leveling up your AI and coding skills? Well, you're in the right place. Welcome to SAWiT, where learning gets real, hands-on, and fun. We're diving deep into AI and Gen AI, exploring how to use code labs for real-world coding practice. And if you've ever wanted to crush it at hackathons, we've got you covered. Think teamwork, problem solving, and turning great ideas into game changing solutions. But that's not all. We'll show you how to build better datasets, from sourcing and cleaning to structuring them for max impact. Plus, you'll learn how to fine tune and optimize models to boost accuracy and performance. And of course, we'll tackle Python, common pitfalls to avoid, and even how to craft presentations that actually make an impact. So if you're ready to innovate, build, and grow, join us. Let's take your skills to the next level.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome once again to another Power Pack webinar on SAWiT's YouTube channel. I am Mainak, the community manager at SAWiT, and it's an absolute honor to host the session today. First, a huge thank you for the incredible response to our first mentorship session. Your enthusiasm and engagement drive us to bring you more insightful sessions like this one. And today, we have something truly special in store. If you are participating in the hackathon, or even if you are looking to sharpen your AI ML skills, this session is an absolute must watch. We are streaming live across YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook, so don't hesitate to drop your comments in the chat. We are keeping an eye on them and would love to make this session as interactive as possible. So why should you stay tuned? Expert guidance on tackling problem statements effectively, pro tips to fine-tune your hackathon project for success, live Q&A with an industry expert, gain a competitive edge before the hackathon begins. And great news, registrations for the hackathon are still open. The link is in the bio. Make sure to sign up if you haven't already. And speaking of expertise, it's my absolute privilege to introduce our guest for today's session, Balachandar Kasilingam. Balachandar is a highly experienced technical trainer and generative AI consultant with an impressive 17 years of experience of expertise in technical consulting, data science, machine learning, deep learning, and modern data engineering. He has delivered over 15,000 hours of training and spoken at numerous international conferences, sharing deep insights on cutting edge AI technologies and industry trends. His specialization in Gen AI includes extensive work with LLMs, GPT, Stable Diffusion, chatbots, transformers, meta llama models, RAG models, vector search, and private GPT. Balachandar also helps business integrate AI-driven solutions into their workflows, driving efficiency, innovation, and real-time AI-powered analytics. We are truly honored to have him today with us. So, without any further delay, let's give him a warm welcome. Hey, Balachandar, welcome. You are on mute, Balachandar.
Okay. Hi everyone. Good evening, all. Right. Am I audible, right?
Yes, you are audible.
Okay. So we will start, right? So as you
Yes,
already explained, right? We will start with uh, create a new model, right? We will start with. So I think everyone knows ChatGPT, right? So I'm just sharing my screen. Okay. So we are going to do we are going to build a language models. It's
yeah.
a complete hands-on guide, right?
I just
So
click on the hide, and yes.
okay. So that's what, right? So today, right, what we are going to do as a beginner, right? I think most of you are beginner, right? And you want to achieve something using Gen A, right? Everyone. So what we are going to do is, without writing much code or without knowing anything, any specialized skill or technical skills, we are going to create a lot of models, right? So we are going to today we are going to build a translator, right? I think everyone knows ChatGPT, right? So have you ever created any bot like this? So today we are going to create with just 3 lines of code using the open source platforms like tools, open source tools. right? We are going to build a translator, a live translator. I'm going to build. I'm going to show you, right, so that you can able to leverage that, right? So before that, right, we will just see like what are the tools. Like we are going to see today, Google Colab, right, which is like a supercomputer for you, right? We are going to see Google Colab, a Kingface community, and Unsloth. So these are the three tools we are going to use and build our large language models, right? Right, why model is required. We are going to use a lot of pre-trained models. Pre-trained models, like, see, first of all, we should know, right? We should know the data science knowledge, right? Then only, right, we will be able to understand what is machine learning, what is deep learning, right? If you want to build a chat GPT, means what, right? We need to know the data science knowledge, machine learning knowledge, right? Deep learning knowledge. Then only we can able to create a model. And chat GPT consists of a lot of models, right? GPT models, lot of bot models, right? So, but as a beginner, right? So why should, we should know all the things, right? But we should not have enough time, and we should not have the enough skills. But without these things, right, we are going to use a pre-trained model, ready-made models. So, right, that's what, right, just 3 lines of code. We are going to, we're going to make use of a pre-trained model, and we are going to build a translator application, bot applications, everything we're going to see today, right? First of all, before that, right, we need to know the power of NLP, the power of Indian language models, right? In India, right, so many people are building a lot of applications, but the barrier is language, right? So if you build a lot of models, right, a lot of Indian language models, so that we can easily communicate to the other people, like a translator, right? We are going to bridge the digital gap. Language models can make technology more accessible. They cater to diverse linguistic needs and close the digital divide. So without further delay, right, I don't want to go with the slides. Like, let me show you the Google Colab, right? What is Google Colab? Everything we're going to see today. So everyone just go to, I think you are able to see my browser, right? Just to type Google Colab, login, you will be getting this page. So this is the first open source tool. It's just like an environment, right? It's just like an environment. You don't need, see, I want to write some code, some 2 to 3 lines of Python code. I want an environment. But as a beginner, right, I don't know any technical skills. I don't know what is environment. I don't know what is like Python, right? I don't know what is LLM, what is machine learning, nothing I know. But I want to write some code. I want an infrastructure, right? As a beginner, as a layman, right, you don't know what all these things and all. You don't need to worry about it. So I want an environment which Google is providing you for like a free. It's like a free open source tool, right? Open source platform. It's like a cloud server, right? So click on this, you'll be getting this. So you can see, right, you will be able to see this, and just click on new notebook. You'll be getting a notebook like this. Just wait for a minute. I think you can see, right? This is a Google Colab. It's like kind of a notebook. You don't need to install anything. Straight away you can start coding it. Let me show you a simple code. I'm just writing a simple Python code. Okay. So just do print hello world. Right? Just print hello world. That's it. And click on the play button. So you just compile it. And you can see, right, you are getting the output. See, I have done nothing, right? I just open Google Colab. Let me show you again, right? Just go to the browser, just type in Google Colab, login, like just click on the first link. That's it. You'll be getting the environment. It's just like a cloud environment. Okay. So click on the new notebook. You'll get this. So you can see here, right? Just click on, just write print hello world. That's it. Right. It's very, very easy. Right now you got an output. So we're going to see 3 tools today, as I said, right? First tool is Google Colab, which is like an environment. Right? You don't need to install anything. Straight away, you can start writing the code. So I'm writing a Python code here, and I've started building it. That's it. Now I can show you the chatbot application, right? So using Hugging Face. basically let me show you another tool, right? So which is called Hugging Face. You can see, right, just type Hugging Face. You can see, right, you will be getting this. It's a like a free community, AI community. A community means what? Like building the future. Basically they will be having a lot of models, right? Say if I want to train, right, if I want to do the prediction, means I need to train a model first. For training the model, I should have a data first, right? I need to collect the data, right? I need to do the pre-processing, then algorithm selection, then train the model, right? I need to do a lot of steps which will take a lot of time. But if I want to build a chatbot like a kind of application, means I need to train machine learning application, deep learning application, large language models, everything. So many models I need to build. Then only I can able to, like, I can show you, like I can build like a chat GPT application. But Hugging Face, right? You can see, right? This is the Hugging Face is a company, right? Which is giving a lot of models for free, which is pre-trained already. So click on this. Let me show you some free models. You can see, right, this is the AI community building the feature. You can see, right, for training a model you will be getting a lot of a data set, right? Click on this, you'll get a lot of data set like this. You can see, right, chat GPT prompt data set, right? Economic index data set, movie gen pitch, right? So many data set you can see. You can download this and you can make use of this data set itself and to train your model, right? And they will be providing a lot of models for you. You can see, right, I can show you a lot of models here, right? So for example, if you want to build, uh, text to image, right, application. Say I'll be giving some text, it will give a image, right? Say in ChatGPT, right, what you will do, you want to create an image, right? You will create a image. So what you will do, you will just give a prompt, like say for example, create a cat image, like that. If you give, means like automatically it will pass your text and it will give you a cat image, correct? So, but ChatGPT is a paid one, right? For as a beginner, you can use it for free. But if you want to build a enterprise application, means you need to pay for them, right? You need to, then only you will be authenticated, right? Then only you can able to use their API. But Hugging Face company, right? You can see, right, this company is giving a lot of free models for you. Say for example, I want to, I want to build it to build an text to video, right? Say for example, I can use these models. These are so many models are available. And you want to build, question answering model also, right? If you come down, right, so for example here you can see, right, translation. Say I want to build a translator application. So think about translator, Google Translator. You know, right, what is Google Translator? So basically it will just translate the, I mean, the communication, right? So for example, American is coming to India, right, but we do not have, able to understand his language. So what you will do, like there will be a translator, right? We will be using Google Translator. But like, say I want to build a translator, right? I want to build a small application which is a translator, means I want to train a model, large language model. But we do not have any knowledge on that, right? So what you can do, just straight away go here, just click on the translation. You will be seeing a lot of models here, right? You can use these models to train your, translator application. You can easily convert. So today I'm show you, right, translator and all. I'll show you, right? So and again, right, you can see, right, text generation model, and you can see, right, text to speech model. If you click on this, right, you will be getting, say you are giving some text and you will be getting a speech, right, audio also, recognition, right, speech recognition model. So many models is available here. Similarly, right, for ChatGPT also you'll be getting a lot of models here. Say I want to do the image segmentations, right? You can use this, make of these models. And you can see, right, so Hugging Face is providing a lot of free data set. You can make use of this, you can download this, and you can make use of this. And they are also providing a pre-trained model. You don't need to do all the machine learning guidelines. You don't need to do the machine learning steps. You don't need to use deep learning models. You don't need to train the deep learning models. It's already, so many models are already trained and they're giving for free, right? You can make use of this, right? Say for example, you are having a document, right? Say you have some 1,000 page of document. I want to understand about the document, means like you can train, document question answering model. You can see, right, you can see here document question answering model. You can see, right, a lot of models are available. So you can make use of any of these models. So for example, right, let me click on this. I'll show you detail about this. You can see, right, how many people have already downloaded. Already 7,000 people are already using it, right? They're using these models. And you can also train a model like that. I mean, you don't need to train, you can download this model and you can make use of this directly without, having a lot of steps, right? This is what we will be doing it, right? So let me show you again. Just click on the models. You'll be getting a lot of pre-trained models which is already ready-madely available. So they make use of it and build an application. right? Let me show you, right, a simple bot application, how you can write a code, right? Say I'm going to create a bot application. You can think, right? So for creating a bot application, right, what you need to do, you need to build large language models, right? For how you will build the large language model, basically you need to create a deep learning models, right? So deep learning means you should know what is neural network, artificial neural network, right? And RNN, right? We should know what is RNN, LSTM model. So many things you should know, but we do not having any knowledge, right? See, I am the business user, right? I don't have these technical skills. I want to solve the problems without writing much code. I can make use of this, Hugging Face models, right? So what we are doing, we are going to use Hugging Face pre-trained model, right? We are going to use Hugging Face pre-trained model, right? With just 3 lines of code, right? What we are going to, we are going to collect the data, right? We are going to do the tokenization, right? You will be doing a tokenization, means like word embedding, right? You need to convert the data into the vectors. Why we need to convert a word into vectors? Because like machine will understand only numbers, right? Binary numbers. You can't give how are you to the machine will not understand. So what you need to do, you need to do the tokenization. So first I will collect the data, I'll do the tokenization, then I will give this input to the model, then model will give me the output. Say for example, if I'm sending how are you to bot, means bot will reply me I'm doing good. That's it, just 3 line of code. We are going to build the, we are going to build our own, what we are doing, we are going to build our own chatbot, right? So that's what we are going to do now. Let me show you that using Google Colab how we can do that. So again, let me show you again. Just go to the Google Colab, right? So let me log in. So you'll get this link. You can see right here. Just click on upload option. Because I have already a line of code, 3 lines of code, right? I'll just upload from my system. So I'll just open chatbot. You can see right, this is the code. This is just 3 lines. Only these 3 lines is enough. So for that, as I already mentioned, right, from Hugging Face, we are going to use this model. You can see right, this is the model name. Facebook Blundlebot 400M digital model, which is already pre-trained model. Right? So this is why we are using Hugging Face. Say I want to build application, right? I want to build a translator application or bot application, means you don't need to train any deep learning models. You don't need to train any large language models. You don't need to train any machine learning models. Straight away go to the Hugging Face, copy the model, right? You can see it. This is the model which I'm going to use today, right? This is my model, and as I mentioned, right, tokenizer. We need to do the tokenization, right? So first we will collect the data, right? Then we will do the tokenization. Token means machine, right? A machine should understand. So we need to perform some pre-processing steps, right? Basically, right, if I am sending a question like how are you to the bot, means bot will not understand this, right? So what you need to do, you need to convert this into vectors like this, machine understandable numbers, right? So like this I need to convert. So this work, right, converting this, the natural language to vectors, that is called tokenization. So I'll repeat again, converting, the sentences, English sentences, whatever the interactions you are going to do with the bot. Let's say, for example, you can ask which is the capital city of India, but machine will not understand which is capital city of India. Machine will understand only the vectors, the numbers. Numbers means set of numbers, right? Set of vectors. So this work, right, so converting this English sentences into a vectors, this work will be done by tokenization. And again, you don't need to do it again. Already a pre-trained, the method is available. So that is called, we are going to use auto tokenization, right? So this is a model we are going to use. We are going to do the auto tokenization, right? So you can see, right, I am just writing simple 3 lines of code, right? So you can see, let me show you that, right? I'm getting a user input. Say here you can see, right, I'm getting the input from the user, right? I'm getting an input. You can see, right, from Python, you need to use input method. I think everyone knows it. How to get the input from the user, you need to use input method. I'm getting an input from the user using input method. Then I'm just checking whether user is giving exit or not. If user gives exit, it will come out of the bot actually, right? So that's the condition I'm checking. Then I'm just doing, you can see, right, I'm doing a tokenization first. For tokenization, say whenever the user gives some sentences, it will convert into the vectors. It should convert into the vectors. Then only, right, machine will understand. Then it will respond automatically. So for that only we are using tokenizer method, right? Tokenizer uses using tokenizer, and these methods are available in Transformer. Transformer is a library which is available in Hugging Face, right? Transformer is a library which is available in the Hugging Face company, right? We are going to make use of this only, right? So what we are going to do, we first step is we are converting into tokenization. So that is why we are using tokenizer. Then we are going to use the model. You can say, right, this is a model we are going to use, which is already pre-typed. So I'm just giving my input to the model. Model will going to respond. And model, say for example, let me tell you, say I'm just asking a question, which is capital city of India. So this is a basic question I'm asking, which is a capital city of India, right? So I cannot send this sentence to directly to my model, right? So I need to convert this into vectors like this, right? I will convert this vectors like this, right? Then I will pass this to the model. Model will respond me back, right? Like a vector, like this, right? Like this, it will just send me. And again, user will not understand this, right? Because model will be giving us a token only, and the user will not understand this. Again, you need to decode it. So this process is called encoding, and this process is called decoding. So you need to decode it. So after decoding, you'll get an answer like India, right? So this is a basic step: encoding, getting an input from the, I mean, getting output from the model, then decode it, then you will get an answer. That's what we are going to do here. You can see, right? So I'm using simply three method: tokenizer method. I'm just converting sentence into numbers or vectors, and I'm going to use a model. You can see, right, model.generate, and I'm just passing a input. Then after getting the output, right, from the model, I will be saving in a variable, and whatever the result I stored in the variable, I will be doing a decode. So when I do the decode, right, my bot is ready. Let me show you, right? See, we have used Google Colab and using the Hugging Face library, right, which is called a transformer, right? So first you need to install pip install transformer, right? Let me show you. So I'm just clicking it. You can see, right, now our bot will be ready within a minute. That's it. So now we build a bot. It's very, very simple and easy, right? You don't need to spend much time. You don't need to know the knowledge, deep learning knowledge, LLM language. Nothing is needed. So that is the power of Hugging Face, right? So now we have an environment. Say for example, right, I have an environment, right? So consider I do not have a laptop, right? I do not have a supercomputer. So I will use, consider this is my laptop, right? So in this, I'm just logging Google Colab. So Google Colab, which is nothing but of my environment, right? So I'm going to use Hugging Face model so that I will just create my, right, bot application. So it is just running. Just give me some time. So you can see, right, it will just run. So you can see, right, it is started running, right? Okay, you can see, right, our chatbot is ready, right? Whenever you want to end the chat, you need to give exit, right? Now I'm just asking, how are you, right? I'm just writing Bala, right? Bala in Chennai. Just right. That's it. And now give enter. Now bot will start responding it. So it is started parsing it, right? You can see, right? I'm doing well. Thank you. I'm glad you're doing well. How are you? That's it. You can see, right? Our bot is ready now, right? So just three lines of code, right? We build our own chatbot, right? Without writing, without knowing right? Much knowledge. You don't need to worry about it, right? It's very, very easy now, right? Just three lines of code, right? I will share this line, right? So you can see, right? Again, let me explain you. First, you need to do the tokenizer. Then we will use a pre-trained model, which is called a blender bot. right? 400 million digital parameters, right? So we'll be using this model to train a model. I mean, so we will pass a question, I mean, sentences, then automatically we will use this model to respond our questions. That's it. A chatbot is ready. It's very, very easy, just 3 lines of code. So we will be using Hugging Face models and the Google Colab to train or create our own bot. So let me ask some other question, right? Which is capital city of India? See, whatever the question we are asking in chat to ChatGPT, right? You can ask all the question here. So it is started, parsing it. So let's see. Let's wait for the answer. You can see, right? Something it is just giving. It is the capital. So we asked which is capital city of India. So this is what not accurate. Basically, you can see, right? It is the capital of Indian subcontinent. So I asked simply, right, which is the capital city of India. Basically, it should answer me at Delhi, right, or New Delhi. But sometimes, right, the accuracy is not good. The answer is not correct. So that is why we need to go with the next step. We need to fine tune it. We need to tune our model. Basically, Hugging Face is giving a base model. You understand, right? See, Google Colab is an environment, right? And Hugging Face has a lot of models, right? Pre-trained model. So that you don't need to worry about the knowledge of deep learning, data science, machine learning, nothing you don't need to know. Straight away, go and use the pre-trained model in Hugging Face. But they will be giving only the base model. The accuracy may be not good. So for that only, we will be going with the next step. So the next step is just fine tune it, right, with your own data set, right? That's what we need to do, right? So now we basically build a simple chatbot, right? So now I am typing exit, right? So you just type exit, so it say goodbye, right? Now we build our own chatbot within two or 3 lines of code, just within 5 minutes using Google Colab and Hugging Face company, right? Hugging Face community. So this is the power of Hugging Face, right? Hugging Face is giving lot of pre-trained model. You don't need to train it. You don't need to have a supercomputer. You don't need to GPUs of machines. I think everybody knows it, right? If you want to build a deep learning model, means you should know, you should have the deep, right? The supercomputers, like a lot of GPU machines. Right? That is why DeepSeek is now popular, right? They are using very, very less computational power, right, than ChatGPT. ChatGPT use a lot of GPU machines, right? NVIDIA company, right? Now that is why, right, whenever once the DeepSeek was introduced, right? So they're not started using GPU kind of machines. They're just using only simple and less number of GPU machines. That is why DeepSeek is very, very popular. You can say, right, the DeepSeek model also given, right? This in this community, this is just one page view. You can say, right, you don't need to go with a lot of companies. Only one company is enough, which is called Hugging Face, and Hugging Face is giving, it's a kind of a community, it's a larger community. So that you will be taking a lot of models from this, and you can you can train, you can build your own applications, right? So DeepSeek model also available here. You can make use of any of the models, and say for example you want to convert audio to text. So for that you can use all these models. You can see, right, for the DeepSeek it's also available, right? You can see, right, Llama 3 32 3 to 1 billion more parameters. So many models are available here, right? You can make use of this anything, right? So now let me show you how to build the translator. You can see, right, I'm going to show you the line of code for. Okay, so let's not go with the translator. We will just build the sentiment analysis. So for example, you can see, right, I'm using transformer library which is available in the Hugging Face, right? I'm just using a class called pipeline, right? So whenever you use a class, right, you need to create an object, right? That's what we are doing here, right? We are creating an object, right? I'm just telling that I'm doing a sentiment analysis. Now you can say it, I'm just passing some tensor. I love the new design of your website. It is a fantastic. So I just gave some sentence. I want to build a sentiment analysis application, which whether it will tell me whether it is a positive or negative sentence. Now this is my sentence, right? I'm just calling this one, right, sentiment analyzer. I'm passing my text. You can say, right, it's just printed a sentiment. So execute now. Just one line of code. You can see, right, only one line of code. That is enough. You don't need to write much code for doing a sentiment analysis. You got it right. Say you have, right. You want to analyze the movie. It's for example only a new movie was released. Right. A new movie was released, but you want to see the comments. You need to go over the comments, right? So if the movie is good, then you will book a ticket. Otherwise, you will not book the tickets. So for that, I want to do the sentiment analysis. I cannot read all the review comments, right? It will take a lot of time. Someone will say the movie is good, someone will say movie is bad, but I want to understand what the other people are saying, or what other lot of people are saying. I cannot read, right? This is the biggest challenge here. I cannot read all the review comments which is given by the people. So that is why we will build a sentiment analyzer application. You can say, right, this is just one line of code. Only one line of code. You can see, right? You will be able to see only one line of code. So I'm calling this method, right, sentiment analyzer. I'm passing my sentence. Now it will be whether it will just say me whether it is a good or not, or positive or negative. So let me execute. You can see, right? I'm executing it. See, guys, I have not installed anything, right? I have not installed a Python. I have not installed any, right? Libraries. Nothing I have installed. Even I do not have used my laptop, right? Local machine. I just opened Google Colab, right? So I used Hugging Face models. Then I started building a translator, sentimentalizer, everything. Now let me check. You can see, right? Now this is my sentence. Whether the sentence is positive or negative, you can check here. If you come down, right, you can see, right, the label is positive because the sentence is positive sentence. Let me change the input, right? Let's see what it is saying, right? So I'll just taking a movie commands, okay? Movie review commands, right? Right. I'm just saying movie was good and direction was fantastic. Just I'm just giving a command, okay? So let me execute. Let's see what it is saying. You can see, right, it's a positive, right? So this is called sentiment analyzer. Right? Anybody has any questions, any doubt, right? Till now. So we build today, right, two applications. One is a bot application, right, using Google Colab and Hugging Face. We have used Hugging Face pre-trained model, and we also built the sentiment analysis application, right, using just one line of code. Right, you don't need to know the NLP process. And NLP, lot of steps you need to learn. Natural language processing, you need to know what is NLP, how to build the model, NLP model, how to do the text pre-processing, everything. I think people who are in the data science background, you know all these things, right? What is text pre-processing, right? How to build a model, right? How to use naive Bayes model for the NLP, right? How to fine tune it, right? Improve the accuracy. So many steps is there. But we have skipped everything, right? We have skipped everything. It's just writing one line of code and using Hugging Face models and using Google Colab, we build the right, sentiment analysis application, right? So anybody has any question? I'll take a pause now for 30 seconds. Let me know if you have any questions. Okay, so that I will answer how to import the model from the Hugging Face. It's very simple, right? You don't need to as I've already shown you, right, the code. You can see, right, just go to the Hugging Face. Let's say you want to build image classification, right? Or you want to build the question answering application. Just click on question answering application and just models. Come here, you can take any one of this model. Just click on this first model. You can see, right, this is the model name.
Balachandar, your screen is not visible.
Okay, can you see now?
Yes.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay, so you can see, right, just copy this model name. You can see, right, copy this one, right? You will get the model name. Just right away go to your code. You can see, just replace here, that's it. This is how you can use your pre-trained model, right? So this is a bot application. That's why I'm using this blended plot model. But you want to build a question bot, question answering model means you need to just go and copy paste it and copy it and paste it here. That's it. Say if you want to do the image classification means just go back, click on models. Say I want to build a deep learning application which is called image classification. Or I want to extract a text from the images means you can make use of this, right? Click on this and verify how many people have used already. You can see here 8 lakh people are already using it, and you need to review their commands, right? What they are saying about the model, whether it is a good accuracy or not, right? So just copy this. You can see, right? Just copy this and come to your code and replace here. That's it. It's very simple, right? And now, right? So we already, successfully built the chatbot, and we also built the sentiment analysis, right? We already built the sentiment analysis. Now I'm going to show you the translator, how you will build the translator using Hugging Face and Google Colab, right? You can see, right, the same line of code. You can see, right, the same line of code. I'm converting English to French, right? You can see, right, I'm converting English to French model. So that is why I'm using Optus MT, EN, and FR model, right? So this is already pre-trained model, right? So we are going to use as usual, right? We'll be getting a sentence from the user, right? So I want to convert this sentence into the French. Basically, it's an English sentence. I want to convert this into French. So what I will do, right? So basically, first we will convert this into tokenization, right? We will encode it, right? That's what we are using this one, tokenizer, right? Tokenizer method. We are calling a tokenizer method. We are converting the sentence into vectors. Then using a model, right? The same line of code. Using a model, right? We will convert into vectors. Then our model will give some output, and that output will be decoded here, right? Using decode functions. Only 3 line of code: tokenizer, generate, decode. That's it. Now you can execute, right? So you will execute now. You can see here, right? It is getting trained. See, it is translating into French. You can see, right? It is just translating into French, right? So just now we built the translator application as well, using this Hugging Face community, right? So see, I did not trained any model here. I simply use a pre-trained model. That is the power of Hugging Face, right? That is the power of Hugging. Basically, right? I cannot guarantee you that it will give good accuracy, but you can take the base models, then fine tune it, right? That is why we are going with the next step. And for fine tuning also, right, they are giving a lot of APIs, a lot of methods to train to fine tune your models, right? So let me show you again, right? Let me recap quickly. So from models you can take a lot of models, right? All the use cases you can work on. Let me show you some simple use cases, right? See, visual question answering use cases, right? Document question answering, image classification, image to text, text to image, right? Text to 3D image, right? Generation, mask generation. It's so many use cases you can cover, right? Just only 3 line of code, right? Say for example, translation, we will be using this models, right? Already pre-trained model is there, right? You can see, right? Korean to English model, right? So all these things you can see, right? Google model is also available, right? DeepSeek model is also available, everything, right? So now, right, you can see, right, you can just give some other input, right? Say what I will do, I'm just writing some other different, different sentence. We are learning Hugging Face, right? Google Colab, and one more, Unsloth. Unsloth is it's like a free AI community, right? It's like, say for example, right? I think everyone knows it, right? For training a model, it will take a lot of time, right? It will take 24 hours, 30 days, 1 year, 6 months. But if you use Unsloth, right, you can train the model within 24 hours, right? You can train big models, right? With just having a list, the resources. You can use only less resource and you can train your model, right? See, I'm just giving here, right? I'm just giving a sentence. We are learning Hugging Face, Google Colab, Unsloth, everything. I'm just let me click on it, and you can see, right, how it is getting translated. Okay, you can see, right? An up and umbrella, something is right. You can see, right? This is what the French sentence, right? So this is the translator application, right? And next one, right? So another one, I'll show you another example also. So again, you can say it, same 3 line of code: encoding, model generation, then decode. Now I'm going to build the text generation. I want to generate some text. Say I want to do a story writing. I want to create a story. You can ask the same story, right? You can also ask ChatGPT to create a story. And what you can do, you can just give the prompt: artificial intelligence transforming the world. So I want to write some story, right? So I'm using the same 3 line of code, right? This time I'm using GPT model, GPT-2 model, right? So you can use it, right? I'm just telling here we are going to use GPT-2 model. That's it. Now execute, right? You can execute this. Now it will give a lot of sentences, like a kind of a, like, brief sentences. So you can say, right, this is how it is written, right? Artificial intelligence is transforming the world is changing. So you can see, right, it is just started writing some sentences. So that is the right, like it is just started creating a story for you, right? And last one, right, I'll show you another one also as well, using Hugging Face and Google Colab. You can see, right, now I have given a big paragraph. You can see, right, I've given a big paragraph. I want to do the summarization, a text summary. I want to just create a small, into small sentences. I want to basically, right, say for example, I want to read a book. I want to take only the crux of the book, right? I just want to understand what all these books tells about me, about to me, right? So what I can do, I can give the complete content here. So now this will going to tell me, right, give me the summarization of the text, right? So for example, again, I'm using the same 3 line of code: tokenization, using the model and decoding it, right? Same 3 line of code, but this time, right, I'm using T5 small model, right? T5 small model, which is available in Hugging Face. So these are pre-trained model, right? You can use this, T5 small model, right? Execute now, right? So now I can show you here. You can see, right, it is just creating a small sentences, right? This is called text summary, right? So now let's go over, right, briefing it, right? Now we will understand. Let me show you this. So why Indian languages matters in NLP? Because like India has a lot of languages, right, for communication. So it is better to build a lot of NLP applications. First, you need to understand, right, the fundamentals of the modeling. So tokenization, right, as I mentioned already, right? So tokenization means encoding, right? You are breaking down a text into smaller units. Embedding means representing the words into numerical vectors. As I mentioned, I shown you, right? You should have the vectors, right? Numbers, set of numbers is called vectors. Then you need to train the neural network, right? Deep learning models. So you can train the model to predict the next word. So these are some fundamentals, right? So this is what we did in the code. Basically, we will do the tokenization, I mean converting into numerical vectors. Then use a model, right? We will use a model to do the prediction. Right? In our case, we have used a pre-trained model, right? So this is the overview of the process. Basically, you'll do the data collection, gather the relevant data, fine tune it. Fine tune it like you can first take the base model, then fine tune it, right? You can fine tune it using the model. I mean, you can optimize the model parameters, right? There are so many parameters is available in the every model, right? I think you are right. The base, I mean, the latest GPT model has millions of parameters, right? You need to tune that, right? So that is what fine tuning basically. So we will see that now, right? So First, how we will take a data set, how we will create a data set, right? Basically, this will cover the data set creation in Hugging Face. You can say, right, you can load various data set which is available in the Hugging Face data set library itself, right? You can easily access their data, you can load it, then pre-process it. So pre-process means what? You need to clean the data and do the tokenization. Tokenization means converting into numbers. So first load the data, then do the pre-processing, then share it in the community. Basically, right, everyone will share in the community, which is called Hugging Face community, right? So you can see in the dataset section itself, you can see a lot of clean the data, right? So this is called a data set. This is how you can take a data. So I'll show you some different, you can explore a lot of data set from this, right? So you can say, right, Indic LLP, right? You can mix of this data set as well. It's a collection of a data set for multiple Indian languages, right? You can make use of these, data sets. Then AI for Bharat, right? So NLP resource. These are some NLP resources which is available for the Indian languages. Then IIT Bombay also given the data sets for creating a machine learning applications. You can create a translator applications, right? So you can also scrap the data from the websites, right? You can directly, right, scrap the data from the website itself. But you need to do this ethically, right? So first you need to follow all the guidelines, right? If they, because website is like a proprietorship, right? You need to respect them, you need to give a credit to them, right, for the original sources, right? This is where I taken the data set. Say whenever you want to do the web scraping means, right, you need to give the credit, you need to say some disclaimer that this data has been taken from here, like that. And avoid unnecessary hit, right? You can overloading, you should avoid the overloading, right? So rate limiting you should consider, right? So identifying the reliable data source. Reliable means as a source of truth, right? So you can take from the news portal, like you can take from the online libraries on our forums. You can also take a data from forum as well, right? So you can use this library to scrap your data. So see, you can use Python code, right? Python libraries. These are some Python libraries, beautiful. So that you can directly take data from website itself. You can download it. It will just simply, right, parse your HTML and XML. And you can also use this framework, robust framework, which is called Scrappy, right? You can easily, right, scrap the data from all these websites, right? So next one, right, you need to clean your data. Whenever you download data from the website, right, it will consist of a lot of irrelevant data, right, invalid data. A lot of data you need to be there. It will be there, so that you need to clean it. So you need to eliminate the HTML tags and all. So let me show you some website, right, some example, simple example, right? So what it will happen? You can see, right. Let me go here. Let me show you some websites, right? So I'm just writing, right, some details, Wikipedia, right? I'm just talking about, I want to download Elon Musk. So I'm just going is wiki, right? Wikipedia, Elon Musk, Wikipedia, right? So now I'll open this website. Now I want to scrap it. So this is my content. Now I want to take this content and I want to download. I will use for my data, right? For my model, I want to build the model using this website, so that I will just train the model about Elon Musk, right? So how you can download the data, you can see, right, you can just go to here. You can see here, view page source. Whenever you download a data from a website, you'll be able to see data like this only, you can see, right? So you will be seeing a link, right, hyperlink, right, tags, you can see, right, these are the tags. But I want only the data, correct data only. So in this we have a data also, right, about Elon Musk. All the content will be here. So that is why you need to clean the data. Basically, you need to remove the HTML tags. You need to handle the special characters, everything. Right? You need to remove the HTML tags. You need to handle the special characters. Then you will do the normalizing the text. Right? So these are some fundamentals, basically. Right? You need to clean and pre-process the data. So then you need to convert into Hugging Face dataset format. So Hugging Face is maintaining some format. So once you convert, right, what you need to do? So you can see, right, you will push the data, Hugging Face hub. You will push the data to Hugging Face hub and create a dataset and load the data. right? So this is very efficient, right? It is very efficient, and you can use it for the training also in the later. So you can create a data set and you can share it to the community, right? So then fine tuning, right? So now, as I already told you, right, we have already used the base model, but the sometimes, right, the accuracy is not good. So what you need to do, you need to we need to fine tune it, right? So you need to fine tune it. That's what we are going to do in the next step, right? So fine tuning the pre-trained model. So which is this concept is called transfer learning. So what you can do, you can leverage the existing knowledge. That is called transfer learning. You can, pre-trained model. Then you need to improve the performance for the basic, for the target, right? That is called adoption technique. Then you can reduce the training time, right? So faster convergence than training from scratch. You don't need to do the from the scratch, right? You don't need to train the model from the scratch. You should not do it. So for that only, right, we are using a technique called LoRa, Clora, QLoRa. These are the techniques which is available, so that you can just train only a bit and pieces, right? So for example, you don't need to train, from the beginning. You can take the base model and tune only a specific part. So that is called, right, which is called LoRa technique. These are the technique you can use it, right? So choose the best pre-trained model. So many pre-trained model is available, as I already mentioned, right? In Hugging Face, we have so many models is available. So you need to, you need to suitably, right? You need to take the best model, or the suitable model for your use cases, right? You cannot use some other. Whatever the model is available, you need to choose the best model and the suitable model for you, right? So these are some example: MBird, multilingual bird model, Indic bird model, right? XLM roboto model. So many models are available, right? So these are some model examples. So now, right, this is how you will set up your environment. This for this only, right? We are using Google Colab. So you will install the libraries, right? So transformer, as I already mentioned you, right? Transformer library, dataset library. PyTorch is a framework for deep learning model. So if you want to create a deep learning model, means you can use PyTorch. Then you need to configure the GPU, right? So you need to enable the GPU for faster training. Right? Hugging Face itself, right? Sorry, Google Colab itself giving a GPU machines, but that is not enough. That is why we are going with the another tool called Unsloth, right? So we are going to see that. Then download the pre-trained model, right? So after training, into download the model, you can load the model. So this is how you will set up the environment, right? So loading your dataset. So you can load the dataset from the Hugging Face Hub, right? You can load the dataset from Hugging Face Hub or local files. Then you will convert into numerical tokens. Converting the sentence into numbers, right? So then Hugging Face format you need to convert. Then only you can feed to the model. So this is called a preparation, right? Then you will define the loop, set up the hyperparameters, parameter tuning, then load your model, and you can do your predictions or whatever the application you want to build, right? So any questions? So let me check the chat, right, if I have any questions. Okay, so basically, right, I can see here. You can say that where this pre-trained base model is available. Basically, it is available in the Hugging Face hub itself, right? As I mentioned, right, it is available in the Hugging Face community itself, right? Here, just go here, right? Just go back. You can see here models as well and the data set as well. So both of things are available here. You can take this pre-trained models, right? Right. You can take all this data set, which is already available. You can make use of any of this data set, and you can make use of this model as well. Now for fine tuning, right? Now we got the base model, but if you want to do the fine tuning only, we are going to use Unsloth, which is the third tool, right, for the session today, right? So any other questions, any doubt, guys? So now we are going to cover the how to fine tune the models, right? So you can see the performance, right? You can evaluate the performance accuracy. The accuracy should be very high and the loss should be very less, right? So now third section, right, which is we are going to cover Unsloth. So Unsloth is for to train your model efficiently. Efficiently in the sense faster, right? I should not take much time, right? So that you can train your model or take the pre-trained model or the base model, then fine tune it. For fine tuning, you don't need much GPU machines, more GPU machines, right? Basically, whenever you want to build a deep learning application, means you need a lot of GPU machines, right, which consist of high RAM. But if you use Unsloth, right, Unsloth they are giving for free, and it will take only less time than before, right? So now for environment we have a Google Colab, right? For environment we will be having a Google Colab, right? And for for data sets and a model we'll be using a Hugging Face, right? And for fine tuning, the third step, which is the last step to fine tune your model, for fine tuning we are going to use Unsloth, right? So today, right, we will cover as well that that as well. So now how to do the efficient training, right? So memory optimization, right? How to reduce the GPU, right? You can say, right, you can, if you use Unsloth, right, Unsloth community, right, it's a framework, basically it's a framework, right? If you use Unsloth framework, right, it will just reduce the GPU machines, right? You don't need to have much GPU machines, so it will accelerate the training process. Accelerate it just fast up, right? It will fast up, it will just improve the speed, right? So why use Unsloth, right? We will understand the benefit and the advantages, right? It's for the faster training. You can reduce the time significantly. You can reduce the training time very significantly. So for example, if you want to build a deep learning model, right, for image classification, means if you will train, means basically it will take for the data collection itself, it will take a lot of time. It basically take 1 hour, 1 month or 2 months. Then for data collection itself, it will take 1 month. And again, right, for training, right, you need to write a code, and for training you need a GPU machines. It will take again 1 more month for training itself. Now everything will be reduced now, right? You can use Unsloth, Google Colab, Hugging Face community. All these three, with this help of these three combinations, you can build your own application very easily within 24 hours, right? Just like 2 lines or 3 lines of code, right? That's what we just seeing it, right? We just use the Unsloth to, like, it's like a kind of a framework. It will use only lesser memory. You can say, right, train the larger model on smaller GPUs, right? And easily you can integrate easily with Hugging Face, right? You can integrate seamlessly. It gives the integrations tools as well. So because in Hugging Face only we are having a model, we have a data set, we are having a base model in Hugging Face. So you will take a data from the Hugging Face and you will take a model from the Hugging Face, pre-trained model, and only for improving, right, fine tuning only, we will be going to use Unsloth, right? So how to set up your Colab environment? Colab means again Google Colab, right? So what you will do, you will install first. You will do the pip install command. Using pip install, you will install Unsloth, and you will install the necessary library, right? So today I'll just show you that as well, right? You will install the necessary modules, right? Then you will integrate with Hugging Face, right? You will integrate with Hugging Face. You will take the base model, right? Hugging Face base model, and you will train with your own data set using Unsloth, right? So you will take from the transformers, convert that model for optimization, right? So you will send to the Unsloth, and using Unsloth framework, you can fine tune your model with lesser time. That's it. It's very, very simple, right? So these are some parameters, right? You need to tune it. You need to take care of it. So learning rate, batch size, epoch. These are some, normal deep learning parameters only, nothing else. Those who know deep learning, right, knowledge, they know what is all these things, right? But you can explore this. What is learning? Learning rate is just nothing but of a step size, right? And batch size, number of iterations, sample per iterations. How many training cycle, right? That is called epoch, right? So you can start your training, right, using Unsloth with your data set. You can take your data, pass your data, then initialize the model. So that it will just train your model very fastly, right? So you can see, right, after performance, right, after training, you can see, right, accuracy is very high and loss is very minimized, right? So the best practices, you can tune learning rate should be very, very, like it should be very best. And the batch size, right, you need to adjust the batch size for optimal memory use, right? So conclusion, right, you can build the powerful Indian language models or large language models, right, very easily using these techniques, right, these tools, right, Google Colab, right, Facebook, again, I'm sorry, again face, and Unsloth, right? So further, right, for the conclusion, right, what you can do, right, you can refer the again face documentations and Unsloth GitHub repository. I'll show you now, and the research paper which is already done for the NLP. So all these things you can refer. So before I show you the Unsloth, right? Let me take up the questions, right? If I have anything. Okay, so we'll take a break of 5 minutes, right? Then again we will continue with Unsloth. I'll show you, right? We will explore Unsloth now. So after 5 minutes. Okay, I'll take up some questions now, right? Basically, right, I can see some comments, some questions here. Okay, does the data set we create need to include only text or audio? So you can use any kind of a data set, right? That's not a matter. So basically, it has some, Hugging Face. If you are using some Hugging Face model, right? See, it is not only Hugging Face model, right? So if you use any deep learning things or machine learning models, basically it should have some, it should have some format, right? Vectors, the machine understanding language, right? So we need to convert into that format. So guys, you can use also Google Vertex AI as well, right? Google Vertex AI, just like a right, Google also providing some, some data science or machine learning services, which is called Vertex AI. So you can make use of their API as well. That's not an issue, right? So you can use any of these things, right? Even AWS, right? AWS also providing SageMaker, right? So that you can, right, without having much knowledge on data science or machine learning, right, you can make use of any of these things, right? It doesn't matter that, right, you like, for example, right, if you're using Vertex AI, right, as a beginner, right, so you need to pay for something, right? If you want to build an enterprise object, project means you need to pay. But thing is, right, as a beginners, right, you can use completely open source, right, which is all these things about, right? So that's what we are covering now. Okay, so any questions, right? I think hope I see a lot of questions from about the data and model only. So that's what we are covering, right? We are just we are just using Hugging Face, right? So let me share my screen now, right? I'll take it forward again. So I think now you will be able to see my screen, right? I think now you are able to see, right? So now,
Yes.
right? So now, right? Unsloth. Let me show you that. Just type Unsloth here, right? How to fine tune your model with lesser computations, right? With lesser, you can see, right? Unsloth AI, open source. It's a open source basically. It's a famous for open source fine tuning for LLMs, large language models, right? Just click on this. You can see, right? Easily fine tune and train your LLMs. Get faster with Unsloth, right? So click on start for free, right? You can read like who are using, you can see, right, it just saying you can train your own chat gpt in 24 hours, not 30 days, right? So you can see, right, 1 gpu or 100 gpu, right, they are providing for you, right? So now click on start for free. You can see, right, here you can, if you come down, right, you can see all the models, right? You can see, right, llama model and GPRO model, Llama models, right? For the older version, Gemma model, Mistral model, right? These are very very easy model. You can build the private GPT as well, right? Let's not your data will go out of you, right? So you can say, right, you can fine tune all the different type of models, right? Llama models, Mistral model, Fee model, Queen model, Gemma model, right? Chat GPT model, everything you can fine tune. So you can use this computations, right? And you can, right, they have given also the steps also they given, right? See, they how much memory they are reducing it. You can say, right, 70 percentage less, 80 percentage less, two times faster, right? So let's see, like I want to, like, use llama models, right? You can refer this notebook as well. Just go here, they'll be giving a Google Colab notebook itself. You can see, right, they're given all the steps one by one, right? So you can see, right, Unsloth, right? You will install this, right? So you will be using this class basically fast language model. So this is the, like, API which is given by Unsloth, right? You will say which model you want to fine tune. See, I am taking this model, right? So basically, a llama model, right? I want to fine tune the llama model from the pre-trained which is already having, we are having a base model, right? So you will use this method and you will fine tune it. So everything is at a method call only, right? So you can see, right, these are some, the parameters, right? You can see, right, all these are the models, right? So you can make use of these things. If you come down, right, so you can see, right, lot of how to do the data preparations. All the examples was given here, right? You can see all the examples here, right? And you need to use this one, right? This is the method, SFT trainer method, right? So you will fine tune it, right? So you can see, right, you need to say which is your model, which is your tokenizer, right, which is your data set, right? So what is your text field, right? All these things you are given, right? These are the, right, you can see, right, these are the parameters, right? You need to fine tune this parameter only. So basically my learning rate, so how many number of steps, right, how many epochs should be given, right? So how many decay, weight decay should be used, what is the learning rate, scheduler types, all these are the parameters. This is what fine tuning actually. So I will use my base model. I'll pass my base model here and use this parameter to fine tune my models. That's it. So for this, I'm using Unsloth. That's it. Very, very simple. You can see, right? I'm using Unsloth, right? So using Unsloth, see, guys, you are taking a data set and you are taking a model from Hugging Face. See, you got a base model, right, with you. You got a base model with you. Now I want to tune it. For tuning, I want a hell lot of resources, right? I want a lot of GPU machines, right? Where I do not have enough GPU machines. Now I want a GPU machine for free of cost, right? I want a resource for free of cost. For that only we are using Unsloth. Now I'm using Unsloth is giving a lot of method. You can see, right, SFT trainer, right, which will train the model basically, right? You will take a pre-trained model and you will train it using, you can fine tune it, right? So these are the examples, right? So you can see, right, after training, right, you can see, right, it is how much, right? So for every step, right, you can see that the loss is getting reduced. Sometimes the loss will get reduced and sometimes the loss will get increased, right? That's it. This is how you will time, right? You will see, you will fine tune it, right? So let me recap, guys, right, what you will do. So you can take a data set. First, only three steps is enough, right? So what you will do, I want to build large language models, say let's say Indian languages for communication. So what I will do, I will take a data. You will create your own data, that is fine, or you will take a data set from where actually, right? Hugging Face, right? Hugging Face. You can take a data from Hugging Face, and now you can build your own model, right? For building your own deep learning model, it will take a lot of time. So for that only we are using Google Colab, right? You will use Google Colab. But right, I don't want to, I mean, train, because I don't have enough knowledge. I cannot write my code, I cannot write Python code. So what I can do, I will use pre-trained model. So pre-trained model is also available in Hugging Face, right? Hugging Face you can take from Hugging Face itself. Let's say I want to build a simple application, Q&A application I want to build. Then I will go to the models hub section of Hugging Face. I will you copy my model name, then I will give in my code. That's it. Just only one line. Just copy paste. Right now, I'm testing it. I'm doing a validation. Right, accuracy is very less. Then I want to do fine tuning. For fine tuning, I want a GPU message, but I'm lack of it. So what I will do, I will use Unsloth. Right, Unsloth AI. I will use Unsloth AI. I will use their methods, right? Unsloth AI framework, they are giving a lot of APIs. I will use their API to fine tune my models, base models, so that my application, right, accuracy will be very high. That's it. So this is how you will use Unsloth. Now let me show you the some sample code, right? So that's what, right, I've shown you the sample code, right? You can just click on it and click on start for free. So let's say you want to fine tune the meta models, right? Say some of the different models, right? You can see, right, say I want to fine tune llama models. Click on this notebook, right? They have given the steps. So first you need to import the necessary library, right? So I'll just come here. Then you will say, like, right, you can see, right, from pre-trained. So we are taking a base model and we are going to do the tuning. So all the steps was given here. If you come down, right, SFT trainer, right, your data preparations, then you will use SFT trainer to tune the models. That's it. So now let me show you the complete examples, right? So what do you want to do in the hackathon, right? So the some basics I'll show you, right? SAWiT hackathon. Okay, so let me show you this. So this is how, right, you will create a data set. So these are the steps. Data set creation. You can use Unsloth or similar approach. You can use anything, right? Anything. I think this notebook will be shared to you all. You can take this as a reference, right? You can take a data set from Hugging Face or Unsloth, or you can create your own data set, right? And you can do the model training, fine tuning your model, right? And push to the Hugging Face, upload your model to the Hugging Face, data set to the Hugging Face. Then you can share, right, URL, right? So that, everybody start using for the evaluations. So you can see, right, some input, right? What is data success? This is how, right, the input, and you can see, right, it is just translating into Tamil, right? So I also shown you the translator application, just 3 lines of code, and how you can fine tune using Answer. That's what we are going to cover now. You can see, right, we will install all the required libraries, right? You can see, right, we will be installing all the required libraries here: Torch, Transformers, Accelerate, Unsloth, right? This is what performance trainer, right? PPT, SFT, all these things. Then you will import all the libraries. You are importing from, you can see, right, data sets, right? For we are using PyTorch, that's why we are importing Torch, right? Unsloth, right? From Unsloth only we are going to fine tune it. So I will use all the rest of the transformers. Transformers is Hugging Face communities. So now we are verifying whether it is like we'll be tuning in a GPU or CPU. So that's the code here. If it is GPU is available, we'll use GPU. Otherwise, we will use CPU. Right. So you can execute and see it. Right. And now, right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take tiny llama model. You can see, right, tiny llama model we are taking, and we are going to fine tune this one. Right. How many maximum length of the parameter? You can say 128. Right, you are initializing the base model, right? So you are taking your base model A, right? So this is the method, pass language model from pre-trained. So you'll be passing your model name. Which is your model name? This is the model name, right? Then you will say, right? So LoRa concepts, I told, right, I want to train only a specific part, not everything. And so I will use LoRa configurations, right? LoRa adapter. So that's a method we are calling it, right? So if we come down, right, you can see it, right? We are installing everything, and so this is our own data set, right? This is how, right, you can see, right, we are giving in English and as well in Tamil, right? So this is how you will create a data set, right? Now basically this is like a dictionary. So text is a key and these are the values, right? List of values. So this is how you will create your own data set. Basically, Hugging Face or Unsloth will accept only the JSON format. JSON means which will consist of like kind of a dictionary, right? Key and value. So you can give key as a text and the value as this one, right? And you will use this from dictionary, right? Then train test bit, right? This we already know, right? You will take a test data 20% for validation, right? Then pre-process it, right? You will do the tokenization, right? Then splitting all these things. Then you will be passing your arguments, right? These are the arguments, you can see, right? Batch size, right? Then learning rate, right? Login directory, all these things, these are the parameters, right? So you can have these configurations, right? You can change it, you can fine tune it. Then if you come here, right, you can start training now, right? So this is how you using a trainer model. So trainer method to train your fine tune your model, then save the model and push into the hub, that's it, right? So save your model and push into the, that's it. So it will now Unsloth, right? Unsloth, we will use Unsloth framework to train your model with lesser GPU, right? Which will take right lesser GPU, so that you can say, right, loss, we are just saying the loss, training loss, validation loss. That's it. Now finally, right, once you fine tune it, so right, once you fine tune it, you can, right, what you can do, you can just do the prediction. That's it. So here, right, what is your name? Right, all these things will be coming in the Tamil language. That's it. So this is how you will use. Right, it's just saying hello. right? In Tamil, it says Idu, right? So let me recap, right? Again, Google Colab is an environment. So Hugging Face will give you the model, pre-trained model, and the dataset, or you can create your own dataset. You can use the base model and check the accuracy. If accuracy is good, okay. But if accuracy is not good, you need to fine tune it. For fine tuning, right? Again, we need a lot of datasets and a lot of GPUs. But if we do not have the GPUs, then what you can do, you just go and use Unsloth. So Unsloth framework will provide you a lot of their community, right? They will give lot of free GPUs with lesser time, right? With lesser time, you can train your models. Okay, so now I can take up the questions now. That's it, right? You can ask me the questions if you have anything.
We can take up some questions and then we can close.
So you, Srija, right? You can say, for example, it's according to your use cases, right? So if you want English to convert to any other colloquial language, you can just try and prepare your data as like that, and it will try. And if you don't want to do that, you can use the pre-trained model and go to the Hugging Face community, and you can see, right, a lot of translator model is available for a lot of languages. You can make use of this.
So Balachandar, I don't see any new questions in the chat, so we can close today. So before closing, so I want to say that was an incredible session. A huge thank you to you, Balachandar, for sharing such valuable insights to help us get all ahead in the hackathon. I hope in the chat you guys have picked up some great strategies to fine tune your project. And just a short note, remember, this is just the beginning. If you are not already a part of the SAWiT community on Kaleido, we would love to have you join us. With your rich Kaleido profile, you will be able to match with career opportunities, connect with mentors, build your professional network, and access exclusive learning opportunities. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to post them in the SAWiT community on Kaleido. Our community lives in bridge there, and we are always here to support each other. Finally, all the best to everyone participating in the hackathon. Give it your best shot, innovate, and make an impact. We can't wait to see you what you build. Thank you for being here today, and see you all at the hackathon. Thank you. Thank you, Balachandra.
Yeah, thank you, Manak. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for all for your time.
Thanks.
Good to
Thank
see
you.
you all.